Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. We bring up the quarter of a century today in part 25, and we're back for a very interesting day. We've got 4th v 5th in the National League South as Maidenhead are our hosts in today's first league game, and Clint Hill, ironically the manager there, a fantastic EFL player in his day. It's very tight at the top, 6 points separating the top 6. And we'll be hoping in that game we can edge a little closer to the summit. However, we follow it up with the biggest day of all. We had an extremely fortunate run in the FA Cup and we've reached the first round where we head away to Tranmere Rovers. Of course, an EFL side, a big ground, and I'm hoping a little bit of a money earner for the club. It's a shame it's happening this save rather than the Hemel one, but it is what it is. And as long as it doesn't derail our season, which hopefully it won't with a week's break afterwards, I'm very happy to take any money we can get. There's still problems in terms of fitness, in terms of players, and in terms of transfers from the director of football. So if you're looking forward to finding out what's been going on and whether we can edge closer to our pre-season objective, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. We'll be back with Hemel Hempstead tomorrow, a thrilling climax to our 3rd season in that one. Please do check it out if you haven't already. And of course, you can find regular live streams on the Twitch channel where there's a link up in the eye above, and much more as well. But a massive thank you for your incredible support as we come back for a top of the table clash. Maidenhead, one of the relegated sides from last year, not had the best start, but still going to be worthy opposition for us today. Let's start though by having a look at transfer news because it's been a little bit frustrating. Ben Tobin is another one of these 17-year-olds that they're looking to sign, and there's been a few more of them coming in as well. It looks great with so many transfers, but none of them are really improving this squad. They're all youth players. And at some point, you've got to see some senior pros coming in. Still no replacement for Michael Forbes. While everyone's fit, that's not a problem, but it does limit our squad options significantly. And it's forced us to change a couple of players tactically that I didn't really want to. Having said that, since you were last with me, we've got 7 additions to the squad. None of them useful, hilariously. We've got 18-year-old centre-half Adam Miles on non-contract terms. We've got 1 from Wealdstone, a 16-year-old centre-half, 5 acceleration, 4 pace, 5 natural fitness, 4 determination. Don't know what they've seen in him. Mark Allen from Hemel Hempstead Town, a striker. Not the worst in the world, but at 16 is nowhere near first team level. We've got Thelston Harris, a 16-year-old striker from St Kitts and Nevis. He is formerly of Braintree and physically, technically and mentally all over the place. We've got Callum Mitchell from Leamington, a left back at 16 years of age. Again, can't run, can't tackle, can't cross. Not our type of fullback. Robbie Byrne from Billericay, 16-year-old winger. Quick, but absolutely nothing else. And a 17-year-old centre mid from Brackley. And that is Christy Akite, who is a little bit better than the rest of them, but still not first team level. So we need senior additions. I don't know what the hold up is, to be brutally honest. We go and have a look at the scouting. There's 400 quid in the wage bill. There's 20 grand on the transfer budget. And the scouting budget is still massive. So why are players not coming in? I don't understand it. If we have a look at the schedule for what's been happening without any senior additions, though, we've been clinging on. We've lost the odd game. It's been a story of the season. We've had the odd difficult game, but we've generally been very good against the bottom half sides. So we played Lewes in a sort of confidence boosting FA Cup game after the last episode. TJ Bramble back from international duty and Jake McCarthy with a second. Much changed team there. Harvey Nibbs missed a penalty. Still didn't get off the mark for a club, but he's improved since then. We beat St Albans 5-1, 2 for Friel, 2 for Smith and 1 for TJ Bramble. He is scoring from the penalty spot. Then against Faversham, another confidence booster against lower league opposition. Bailey Elam got the first goal and Harvey Nibbs did get 2 as he really started to get lift off for this club. A 1-0 win at Havant and Waterlooville. Ryan Hansen in at left centre half. Not where we'd really like him to be, but the holding midfielder drops in to cover the gap and he scores a great towering header to win it. A 1-0 win against today's opponents Maidenhead, this time at home in the FA Cup though. Harvey Nibbs scoring the winner to get us to the first round. A 2-0 win against Hungerford, Kadua getting both, as they're sort of taking it in turns the front three to be the hero in each game. A 2-1 defeat away at Bath City. To be honest, we've just not got enough depth. Matt Everett got a knock and we couldn't cope. So we ended up losing that game. Kadua did score the goal again though. And then at home against Dorking, it was 2 of the other front players, Harvey Nibbs and Matt Everett, who gave us a 2-0 lead. We got a scare late on, but we survived it. And we go into this one in pretty decent form. So we've still got a few good fixtures to come up. You can see sort of later on this month, we've got a spell of 3 promoted sides in the space of, 4 or 5 games. We'll probably be out of the FA Cup. We can hopefully rest players for the FA Trophy. And we should be able to really start our assault on the top of the table because we've stayed in it. We've played against all of the top sides bar Maidenhead in the league and done really decently. My question now is, can we get the 1 or 2 additions we need so I can put the squad back how I'd like it to be? And can we build consistency against sort of the bottom half sides of the league and the relegation scrappers? We'll find out all of that in a few days' time, but for now, we've got a big league game against Maidenhead. We only played 3 days ago in the league, but I'm determined to play as many people as possible from the first 11. And if we have to rest people against Tranmere and get beaten, then so be it, because this is by far the more important of the 2 games. Having said that, there's not much to worry about on the physical side. Just Sweeney, Friel and Everett who aren't fit. So Everett can be replaced by Adabomi, who is very competent in all of the front 3 roles. Ironically, not scored since the last episode. He had a great start and has been on a little bit of a goal drought since. And then in the middle, I'm going to bring in Squires for Friel. Bramble will keep his place. Doesn't really matter which way round they play, but we're going to go for that. And I'm hoping that'll be enough for us. Fidley stays in at centre-half, or does he? Because he had a poor game last time out. I'll tell you what, we're going to put Hansen in at centre-half. We're going to put Squires in the holding role. And we're going to bring in Zach Smith, who, whenever he's come into the team, has been absolutely brilliant. Poor form, but scores goals. So he'll be in today. On the bench, Elam will replace Everett. We'll also bring in Avenel for Friel. And that is our 11 and 16. So we've got Hall between the sticks. A slightly tired Sweeney and Cowan the fullbacks, with Hansen and Ness at centre-half. Squires, Smith and Bramble the midfield 3. Kadua, Adabomi and Nibs the front 3. And Harvey Nibs is starting to score goals now. If he can get another 1 or 2 today, we might go into the FA Cup tie in form. Let's see if we can edge towards the top of the table as we come up against another one of our title rivals. 3 changes from the weekend game, but bar maybe Everett going out, we've not really weakened the side. There are some good players in this Maidenhead team. Clint Hill building a good promotion chasing size. We've got the likes of Wilder Haviland at centre-half, very experienced pro. Some good players going forward. Preston Edwards, sub-keeper. Probably stronger than Matthew Hall, to be honest. Let's go and get into the first half, ask the lads to impress us, and hopefully we get a positive reaction. Kadua's motivated, he's a man in form. Let's see if he can deliver tonight. As we've got a corner kick early on with Zach Smith into the front post. Oh, Ness hits the crossbar. He is such a threat from them. 6'4", towering figure. And he's almost scored another one there as Bramble gets the ball out to the left. Does he? No, goes back to Hansen. We are keeping the ball well, playing out from the back. You know that we changed to work the ball into the box after an interesting and frustrating start. And it seems to have worked largely as Bramble gets it up to Harvey Nibs. Finds Squires to Nibs, to Zach Smith, to Bramble, through to Kadua, the man in form. And he almost scores again. Really good save from Adams down to his right. Does brilliantly to hold it. We've got another corner as the assault continues. Smith into Ness. Oh, he's hit the bar again. 2 off the woodwork early doors. Nibs back in. It's cleared long. It's so frustrating because we've got the height. We've got the ability. We're just a whisker away each time. As Sweeney throws into Adabomi. Lovely turn and flick into the box. Headed back out to him. In towards Kadua. Good save by Adams. Oh, we're really on top. Don't be another one of these. Just like the Hemel Hempstead game where we battered them but couldn't get the win. And now they're in. It's an awful mistake from Hansen. Not a natural centre-half. Matthew Hall makes amends with a brilliant save. And he saved his centre-back there. This is the problem with not replacing Forbes. Had him in the team, Forbes would be centre-half. And the likes of Hansen would be that rock in front. But at the moment, we haven't really got that flexibility. And a makeshift centre-half showing as much there. As he goes up again, this time wins it. Finds TJ Bramble. Good switch of play out to Adabomi on the left. Not his natural position, but still looking a threat. Finds Sweeney to Bramble. Got support again. Keeps it central, keeps it short. And we're on the ball, which later on might help us physically. As Adabomi keeps it again to Sweeney. Are we going to be able to create something from it? We're only on key highlights, so you'd like to hope this leads to a chance. Smith puts it up to Kadua. Good football. Overlapping his Cowan on the right-hand side. Can he get the ball in the box? There's men in there. Gets to the byline. Cuts back instead to Zach Smith. He can deliver. Turns to the back post to Adabomi. And the goal drought is over. That might be crucial timing with the games coming up in quick succession. For the festive period, we need 2 or 3 of our front men in form. And Adabomi, after a goalless spell for a good month and a half, has finally got one at a towering back post header. It's 1-0 to Dover, and it's no less than we deserve. And ironically, since the goal, it's gone quite quiet. We lead 1-0 at half time. I guess the positive sign is Maidenhead were expected by the media to finish in the playoffs. They are one place above us going into this game in the table. And if we can play like that against them, it suggests we've got a pretty strong side. Dorking are being held by Chippenham. Maidstone are winning at Bath, but they're behind us, and Bath are up there as well, so it doesn't matter too much. As it's a long ball forward towards Harvey Nibbs, who will chase it down the left. Then Hughes gets it back to his keeper. Clearance only finds Adabomi though, and he can surge forward again. We love that insurance policy of a second, as Kadua's in. Oh, that's a wonderful goal. Zach Smith with a beautiful curl through ball over the left back. And Kadua is in. He continues his great form. And we're starting to look great again. 57 minutes gone, 2-0 up at Maidenhead. And we've got a free kick in a dangerous position. Right on the line. Whisker away from a penalty. Zach Smith steps up. Do well to get it up and under from there. Doesn't quite. Just off the top of the crossbar. And it remains 2-0. The hour mark is up. Adams with a big goal kick. Again flicked on because Hansen not the strongest in the air back there. Ness goes back to his keeper though. Good sweeping. Long ball down the left, which Hughes gets to first. Plays in Slew. Big switch of play, which Ness heads away to Nibbs. Kadua's running off the right, but goes back to Squires. To Ness, to Hansen. And this is the other side of Hansen's game. Maybe we lose a bit defensively, but he's good on the ball when he wins it back. As Adabomi finds Sweeney, the fullback. We look really good in possession. Bramble releases Smith. He's in one-on-one. Has to score. And he does score. This is turning into one of the lovely days at the office where all the chances start going in. And I think it's fair to say we are a far better side than Maidenhead. We beat them with a rotated team in the cup. And let's be honest, they've got their best team out. They should be competing here in a top of the table clash. As Smith comes forward again, no pressure on him. Skies this shot over the bar, but I don't know what it is about him. He's not the best player on paper, but he just looks so imposing whenever he plays there. Whether it's the right wing, whether it's in the middle, he looks a superstar either way. Let's go and make a couple of changes, just try and see this one out. I want to take off Harvey Nibbs for... I think we're going to go James Bibbo up front because we don't need to score another goal here. Sweeney is complacent at left back and he was knackered, but I don't have any left backs available. I think actually we'll put Cowan to left back, we'll put Bramble to right back, and we'll bring on a midfielder, which will be Jake McCarthy. And then at the back, I'm going to give Ryan Hansen a rest. He's had a mixed game anyway. And Avenel or Fidley. I think we should bring on one of the youngsters, shouldn't we? So Fidley on for Hansen. 20 minutes to go. Surely we can't blow a 3-goal lead. I'm just looking at the top of the table again. Most of the others are winning now. Weymouth picking up the lead as well, as we're attacking down the left again with McCarthy to Squires. Finds Fidley. Don't know what he's doing up there. Gives it to Kadua, to Adabomi. Turns it to Cowan. It's lovely football. And Cowan from left back. Oh, why don't we just play him there? Sublime goal from Dover Athletic. And we're starting to look like title contenders here. The problem is, we're 2 injuries away from a crisis again. Of the other leaders, Wealdstone are winning comfortably as well, but it looks like, I was going to say Dorking are going to drop points, but they've just nicked a late winner. As Smith puts it into Ness. He finally gets his goal after crashing the woodwork twice. 5-0 Dover. 5-star performance. Maidenhead have barely had a kick. One mistake from Hansen at the back where Matthew Hall saved us. Aside from that, we've been absolutely faultless. 3 assists and a goal for Zach Smith. He's star of the show. Adabomi ends a goal drought. And Dan Cowan looking natural at left back. We cannot ask for much more. Well, that table is starting to look a little bit healthier, isn't it? 2 points ahead of Maidenhead, up to 3rd. It's just Wealdstone and Weymouth we've got to stop now. Ironically, Weymouth beat us earlier in the season. Wealdstone we beat comfortably, but they've only dropped 4 points aside from that. So it's going to be tough to get back up there. But we've got a nice distraction now. 11 days without a league game. And if we can shock Tranmere, the money will be rolling in. Well, fitness test time for the FA Cup first round. A magical day, as I'm sure our podcast can testify for. A brilliant day at St Albans, who ironically hosted Sheffield Wednesday here. Unfortunately, couldn't recreate the same success. A 2-1 defeat for them. Matt Everett is fit, which will be crucial for us today. However, I don't know what it is with under 18s. We are going to grow a record here at Dover. Our director of football, I think, is assembling the biggest ever youth squad assembled at a non-league team. Kyle Edwards is the next in the production line. Tobin, who has been negotiated at the start of the episode, has now come in. We have now got a ridiculous under 18 squad. It's absolutely enormous. And surely you can field 2 teams there, so why is he still going and getting more? I really don't understand it, so hopefully he'll just sign a senior player at some point. For now though, we'll focus on other matters. I'll show you quickly that St Albans result yesterday. You can see Cambridge beat Southend, no surprises there. But this is a massive opportunity for us. We go away to a very big League 2 side. We've got a chance to really shock the odds. And I hope that they're going to rest loads of players. But I'm not sure they will. And they've got some great players in the team. It's going to be a difficult test. Let's go and pick our 11. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. Okay, not many changes at all. We've got a slight fatigue issue with TJ Bramble, but he's missing the next 2 games on international duty, so we've got to get him in for this one. What that means is Dan Cowan goes in at centre-half, Hansen into the holding role. We saw he was a bit of a liability at centre-back in midweek. Squires drops down to the bench. I couldn't drop Zach Smith after the last game. Ben Friel comes in central midfield. He's of course going to improve us even further. Up front, we've gone for Adabomi, Harvey Nibbs drops out, and Matt Everett back in on the left-hand side. So I think we're just about as strong as we can be. We've got 7 subs, we've got quality if we need it. But against Tranmere Rovers, we need a rotated side and we need an opportunity to get a fast start. And here are the teams. A lot of good players and a lot of low squad numbers, which does not bode well for us. We'll take a look at how many appearances most of them have made in a minute. Hugo Bueno at left back, hero from our Twitch stream series with Ballymena last year. And we're just going to tell the lads to go for it. There's no point changing our strategy. We'll try and shock them at the start. If it doesn't work, we can always go back to our old form. So Liam Roberts is a very good goalkeeper. Norman is a first choice. Dion Conroy, regular starter. This is a very different level team to what we're producing. Fraser Hornby is a starting striker. Former wonder kid in this game. And Dylan McCanday, another brilliant winger. We had him at Cliftonville FM20, didn't we? Class act. So this is going to be difficult. We're probably going to come out on the losing side. And I know starting positive is a risk, but I just want to see if we can shock them early doors. Well, it's an early corner kick for Tranmere Rovers. They're going to have a big advantage in the air. It's a great save from Hall second time, though. First one hit the woodwork. And to be fair, he's not got good reflexes, Hall, but in every game we've seen, he's made a lot of good saves. As Daniels takes another corner kick, Hornby goes up, Ness wins it and heads away. Adabomi chases, but he ain't getting there. And at the moment, it's a clinging on job. It looks like Tranmere are very much on top. And we might just have to drop to balanced and soak up a bit of pressure, because I don't think we can do what we want to here. It'll probably be a classic FA Cup tie. They'll wear us down, they'll get lots of late goals, and we'll probably have to stick our tail between our legs and go back to the league. As Bueno gets it to Josh Daniels, up to Sangare, releases Daniels again, he's skinned the fullback Bramble, who's looking tired already. I might regret that choice at the back. In towards Hornby, wins the header for Taylor, and it's 1-0 to Tranmere Rovers, just like that. Target man nods down, on-rushing midfielder finishes, and of course, first ever Tranmere Rovers goal. That so often happens against us, doesn't it? 35 minutes gone, we've offered nothing going forward, but we have kept the score down. And while it's 1-0, we're always in it. There is the half-time whistle then. I'm a little disappointed by the crowd at Prenton Park. I was hoping they would be able to give us a big payday, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that. What we have got to do, though, is try and make our own history by nicking a result. Don't think it's going to be coming, though. He's suggesting Bramble off, Nibbs on, which is a slightly aggressive substitution against the top side. Now, I'm not going to worry about it too much, but we are probably going to have to twist at some point here, as Smith delivers a free kick into Ness. Oh, I think Cowan flicked it in the end. We haven't had many chances in this game, but that was a very good one. And we've got another set piece here. We're starting to win some chances. Up to the back post, it's hit the woodwork. Kadua gets in this time. And now we've got to make subs because Everett coming back from injury is knackered. We've got a couple of tired legs in the middle. And Bramble at right back is done. So, Cowan to fullback. Hansen centre half. On comes Joshua Squires. In midfield, we're going to go for Everett off, Nibbs on. Adabomi back out to the left. And then what else can we do in the middle? Because Friel's on a yellow. Smith is knackered. I don't know which one to take off. I'm going to do McCarthy for Friel. I think that's our best change at the minute. Let's stick with it. We've got, 22 minutes to go. A quarter of the game to nick a replay. It's a tough job, but it's one we might be able to do. We just need a set piece. The tired legs might tell, though, at the other end. As Zach Smith wins it back, poor clearance. Hall does well to mop that up because he anticipated a poor situation. As Hall goes for the big kick down the left-hand side. We've got Adabomi out there. He can challenge in the air. He wins his header, and him and Nibbs start chasing, but they're not going to get there. Conroy can bring it out from the back. and it's all a little bit too comfortable here for Tranmere. Conroy just runs the length of the pitch to centre-half, no pressure on him. Simmons skins the fullback Sweeney, he delivers into the front post, Taylor scores, and with that, our hopes of a second round place or even a replay are gone. Carl Taylor gets both, of course, his first and second goal for Tranmere Rovers. And we're just running out of steam. Now we've got a set piece with Zach Smith. Into the front post to Ness. Conroy beats him in the air. He's not overpowering at this level. McCarthy back out to Smith again. Takes on his man, but he's got nothing left to give, bless him. He's a good footballer. He's worked hard. And he's still been our best outfield player here. But he's not been able to produce the goods. As Ness gets the ball at centre-half, finds Hansen. Sticking in the centre circle. Goes for the big direct ball over the top. There's nothing doing. To be honest, we know our hopes are over. Not many away fans, which disappoints me a little bit. It's 3 o'clock on a Saturday, so it is possible to get to. But Tranmere Rovers will be the end of our FA Cup run, and the man who hadn't scored before has almost got his hat-trick there. Instead, it hits the crossbar and Hornby puts the rebound in. I tell you what, if you give us one thing, we judge this game perfectly. Really feisty in the game for the first 70 minutes. And then late on, Tranmere will score lots of goals because we've run out of steam. The good thing is that we've got a week to recover now before our next league game. But we need our director of football, please, stop signing under 18 players and just give me a senior pro. Give me someone that can help this squad out. Because like when Bramble goes on international duty now, as you saw in the last episode, it has a profound impact. And it might do the same again here. Having said that, we did ourselves proud. We fought hard. I know the lads aren't happy, but 3-0 is by no means a disaster. And on paper now, we've got a run of very friendly fixtures coming up. We're playing against a lot of the sides that are expected to be in the bottom 8 this year. And if we can get consistent results against them, we are right in the mix for the title. So let's skip ahead to when we're next going to be back and see if we made any money out of that cup tie. Well, yes is the answer. The gate receipts for this month are already double what we got last month. Now, our game at Maidenhead was away. We've played at home to Dorking. So basically, that Tranmere game has given us a month's worth of gate receipts. How many home games did we play the month before? 3, but 2 of them were in the FA Cup with pretty average attendances and, of course, sharing the gate receipts. So what was the Tranmere attendance? I was nearly 3,000 to be fair. So they did get a good crowd in. They've given us a little bit of money. It's not going to change the world. It's 20 grand, isn't it? But it's still going to make a difference. So really good signs there. Now our director of football has the pressure on him. What can he deliver? We are going to be back. When is our next difficult spell of fixtures? I think arguably it's the start of January, isn't it? Weymouth is the big one. Where are Hampton and Richmond? They're 10th, but they've got one of the best players in the league in Jake Gray, who is the 3rd top scorer as well. So Weymouth, one of the title rivals. Hampton and Richmond with a star player. That is when we're next going to be back. Until then, I'm looking at the fixtures against established sides. Bar Concord on the 28th of December. I think every side we're playing is outside the top 8, and that is a perfect opportunity to find form. Loads of sides that have been promoted in the first 2 seasons, lots of teams that haven't got the strongest squads. Now we've got to take advantage. If you're looking forward to finding out if we can, and you did enjoy those 2 very contrasting games in that episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. Let me know in the comments if you've been doing this sort of challenge and have had a director of football this obsessed with youth players. We never had it with Kefren Druids. I've not noticed it in previous years. It's a nice touch, but it's going a little overboard now and it's detracting from the first team quality. Maidenhead, we were brilliant against. Tranmere, it was as expected. But I think the signs are encouraging and we're still going to be near the top of the table unless we get a lot of injuries. If you want to stay up to date and find out if we can edge closer to that title we're expected to get, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. We've got daily videos from 2 long-term stories, including this one and our 1 club story with Hemel Hempstead Town. You can find links to them in the eye above, some FA Cup magic over on the podcast channel from real life, and a Twitch channel for regular live streams too. But a massive thank you for watching. Your continued support as always, it is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next time for another big episode with Dover Athletic. As with the run of fixtures we've got between now and then, I'm hoping we'll be well and truly in the title race.